Let's talk about why I love using my stainless steel pans. And just to be transparent, I also have nonstick pans that I use all the time. I reach for the stainless steel pans, however, when I'm searing most proteins like chicken breast, steak, pork chops, you know what I mean. Because when the outside of those proteins are dried properly, it gives a beautiful brown sear. And I personally find that it cooks more evenly. It allows me to finish it off in the oven because I just slide this right into the oven without having to transfer it into another dish. The bits that I get stuck on after a sear are otherwise known as fond, become the basis for my sauces. They easily release when you add onions, wine, lemon juice, and add a whole nother layer of flavor. Moving on to cleaning these pans. If something does stick, putting it on the stove with a little bit of water gets it right off. But if there's still something else left, you can use a scouring pad and it comes right off without too much effort, and it doesn't damage the pan. If there's still a stain, especially you know how there's stain at the bottom of the pans, a little bit of Barkeeper's Friends and a scouring pad will bring it back to almost brand new. With these pans, I've also noticed that I never have a warping issue. It's usually stays flat, and so it's pretty easy. The key to learning to use a stainless steel pan is to be patient and to let it heat up enough before using it so that the Leidenfrost effect is taking effect, which means that the stuff becomes non-stick. After a few successes, it'll be second nature to you and you can kind of just put your hand and tell if it's hot enough. At the beginning, however, a quick test is to add a droplet of water when it's heated up. If it sizzles, it needs to heat up more. When it's hot enough, that droplet of water will just glide across the top, and that'll tell you that it's nonstick. A little oil that has a high smoking point, add that on and you're good to go. I refer to this as conditioning or seasoning, which gets so many people irritated, but for that reason, we're just going to call it temporary seasoning of the pan, or just getting the pan ready to do whatever you want it to do, and you have to do this for every time you use it. Don't give up if the food sticks the first few times, and don't just add more oil. If you're doing the water test and you see that white residue as the water evaporates, if it's not ready, wipe it up, because that white residue causes stuff to stick as well. And once you've heated it up and achieved the Leidenfrost effect, you can reduce the heat to cook at a lower temperature. You don't have to cook at a high temperature. You can heat up the pan on medium. It's just a little bit of trial and error, and hopefully some of my tips help you out. Drop a comment if you have any other questions, because after 20 years of using these pans for the better part of every day, I've probably come across most issues and found the solution. Good chatting. Talk soon. P.S. Thank you for all the love you guys are sending.